Hello, and thank you for joining us for our 2019 summer season. My name is Isaiah Rojas, and what we're going to do today is just go over a quick recap of what to expect for our summer basketball season at Pearson Middle School. So we'll go over some details real quick, but if you have any questions, comments, please feel free to contact me. That's my email address and our office phone number right there, so feel free to reach out to me there. So before we jump into the details, I want to make sure we first touch on our values, roles, and expectations. As a league, our foundation is built on providing a fun, safe, and quality instructional sportsmanship-based program. So we are not a highly competitive, highly elite, win-at-all-cost type of league. We want our kids to have fun. We want them to learn the game of basketball, develop their skills, learn how to compete, but more so have fun throughout the entire process. That way they want to continue to play and develop their skills. So we each have a role to fulfill within making this possible. So as parents, we want you guys to be supportive of all the kids, using encouraging positive words and actions. Coaches will be out there to teach sportsmanship by being fun, supportive, and positive role models. And our staff will be out there to promote fair play through a safe, organized, and fun environment. So our expectation is that if we all fulfill our roles, we meet our values, that your child will have fun learning about teamwork and sportsmanship through good instruction and role modeling. So let's jump into some of the details for our upcoming program. So right now we're on the preseason. We're about a week and a half away from starting. And the next thing that we want to kind of pay attention to is we have our mandatory coaches meeting going to be at Jungle Joe's in Frisco, which is a small little indoor playground in the corner of Roller and Hillcrest. There's a shopping center there, and Jungle Joe's is tucked right in the corner of that shopping center. So we'll be there on Wednesday, June 5th, from 6:30 to about 7:30 p.m. Typically, it takes about 45 minutes for our presentation, and then a couple minutes afterwards, Q&A if you guys have any questions. So this is mandatory for all of our coaches. If as a parent you are interested in coming or learning about what it takes to be a coach, or just wanting to learn about the program, parents are welcome to attend as well, but you're not required. So just kind of pay attention to that. Kids are welcome to come to this coaches meeting, but the playground area at Jungle Joe's is closed during the meeting time. That way we can conduct our meeting without too much background noise. So just take note of that. As far as some equipment needed for the season, we'll provide you the jerseys on opening day, but basketball or athletic shoes are good for the kids to be wearing. Shorts or athletic pants. The jerseys that we're wearing this season are a dark gray, red, and black. So if you want to try to match those colors, feel free to. Otherwise, any colored shorts are perfectly fine. We do recommend a mouth guard for the kids. This is something that we sell on site for $3. If you don't want your child to wear a mouth guard, perfectly fine, but we do have them there for those who want to purchase that. Water bottle is something that we ask that all kids have with them before the game starts, and make sure that it's only water inside those water bottles. We don't allow Gatorade, Powerade, any other kind of drinks inside the gym. And then we do provide a basketball for each team. So typically a team will be provided 2 to 3 basketballs. But if you want to have a basketball for your child, those are the sizes that we have right there. So our dribblers is a 25.5-inch ball, and that's for our 4 and 5-year-olds. Pee-wee, 6 and 7-year-olds is a 27.5. Our junior division is a 10U division, that's 28.5, and our senior division is the 29.5. So as coaches, we'll have some cones for you guys to use for practice, and we'll have some balls for the team as well, but not enough to have one per child, so just make note of that. So looking at opening day coming up on Saturday, June 8th, we're going to be playing at Pearson Middle School this season. And basically what opening day is our first chance to have our first staff and team meeting, first chance to have your first practice and first game. So the day's a little bit longer than normal. You might notice on your schedule that for example, you typically have practice starting at 9 a.m., but for opening day, we'll be there at 8:40. And that's because for that opening 20 minutes, the staff will do a quick introduction meeting, like you see here in our itinerary. Staff will do a quick introduction meeting inside the gym, get all the kids together, the parents together, kind of go over the details of the program. And then after that, we'll pass out the jersey bags to the coaches, and that's when they'll pass out their jerseys and go to have their individual team meetings on their court. So we'll give the jersey bags to each coach. They'll head over to their courts and they'll pass out the jerseys. They'll introduce themselves, go over snacks, schedule issues, anything like that. And then also the kids will choose the team name during that portion of the day as well. So as you might notice right now, your schedule might say that you are team FBO1 or FBO5. After Saturday the 8th, you guys will be voting on a team name, so it'll say FBO1 Warriors, FBO5 Avengers, whatever the kids vote on, that'll be their team name going forward. So after that meeting is done, the kids got their jerseys on, they got their team names, introductions are all over, then you guys will go ahead and start your practice, and that's when you'll have your 30 to 60 minute practice on your practice court, and that'll follow up with your game right then and there as well. All right, so, and I'll go over some more information on opening day as we get closer to the season. Next week on Wednesday, we'll send out a newsletter with some more details there as well. So as far as the league format, this is a recreational league that we're going to be running for the summer season. So all kids are placed on teams and divisions based on their age, and it's the age that they will be at the end of the season. So if they turn 7 on July 25th, they'll be in our program as a 7-year-old, even though most of the season they're 6. So that's how we do our age groups. It's not really based off of grades, it's based off of age. Teams will be coached by our parent coaches and is supported by our staff coordinators. So we have sports coordinators that'll be on the courts with you guys to assist whenever is needed, but all of our teams will be led by volunteer parent coach staff that go through background check and a training process with the meetings. So like I mentioned before, practice is going to be 30 to 60 minutes before the game. So there's no practice any day during the week except for Saturday. So you come to the gym, you have a practice on your court, and then you play the game right there, right after. So it's all done in one day, nice, easy, and convenient. So you're looking at anywhere between 30 or 60 to an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 30 minutes for your age group, depending on the age group that you're playing with. A quick note for our junior and senior divisions, we do keep score for these age groups. We do keep standings, and we will finish the season with the playoffs and a championship game. So this is where we start introducing competition with our junior and senior divisions. For our dribblers division, our 4 and 5-year-olds, we don't keep score or standings. And for our Pee Wee division, we do keep score, but we don't keep any standings. We don't have any kind of championship games for that age group. So we try to keep it very age appropriate. That way they learn to have fun and develop the competitive balance and competitive part of the game as they get older. Still keeping the focus on fun always though. So an example of a typical day is you'll show up to the gym at your scheduled practice time. So for example, your practice time says 9 a.m. on court 2. You'll show up to the gym. We'll let you know where court 2 is. You'll head straight into the court. Your team will be most likely there, showing up for their practice. Once it hits 9 o'clock, the coaches will start the practice. They'll practice for their designated time, 35, 40, 50 minutes, depending on what the age group is. And then they'll play their game on their game court. So you might see, for your example, for your schedule, practice at 9 a.m. on court 2 and game on court 2. That means you'll stay in one location. For those teams that say practice on court 3 and then game on court 1, you will move on the other side of the gym in another room to play your game. So they're all right next to each other. They're very convenient and organized, and it's simple to find, but we'll have kind of practice and game courts as we go through the day. So once the practice is complete, we'll do a quick water break, get the kids ready for their game. And once the games are done, we'll finish the game with handshakes and a parent tunnel, and then wrap up with snacks and sportsmanship awards. All right, so some regular season notes that I want to go over real quick. Be willing to assist your child if needed. All of our coaches and volunteer staff are more than happy to help out your team and to try to give the best instructions possible. But if your child needs some extra attention, is a little bit more newer to the game or a little bit more experienced also to the sport of basketball, feel free to jump in. Especially if you have a child who's having a hard time getting adjusted to participating and listening to the coach or whatever the case might be, paying attention and following the directions. Please be willing to get out there and assist. Our coaches are going to be out there trying to work with all 10 kids, so it makes it difficult when they're having to separate themselves to work with one kid a lot more than the others because he needs more attention. So if that is your child, we do ask that you be willing to get out there and help out if it's available. And another thing I wanted to make sure that I touch on, we ask that our parents drop off and stay with the kids throughout the practice and the game. We do not want our parents to drop off the kids and leave. It's not our coaches, our staff are not there to be 1 to 2 hour daycares. We want parents to be there to support their kids and be a part of the whole process of creating a fun environment there. So please do not drop off your children and leave. We've had that happen this last few seasons, and whenever there's an injury or a behavior issue, it makes it very difficult to manage and to deal with when there's no one there to talk to. That's a guardian or parent. There is no food or drink allowed in the gym, so please make sure you're aware of that. Only water. So I know it's going to be early in the morning and you might be drinking your coffee and your iced mocha and whatever it might be. Please try to drink those before you get into the gym or just hang out in the hallway. That way we're not spilling and damaging the school's gyms that we're using. And then please pick up any trash before you leave, whether it's a water bottle or anything else from kids' snacks or anything you might be have with you. As far as awards, the dribblers and Pee Wee divisions, they will end the season with participation awards for every player. Our junior division will get participation awards for those who aren't in the championship game. And then for those two teams who are in the championship game, those two teams will get a first or second place trophy. And then our senior division has a first and second place trophy only. There is no participation awards for the two teams that don't make the championship games for that senior division. Again, we want to introduce age-appropriate competition and understanding of wins and losses. That way the kids can develop that as they grow older. If you are opposed to participation awards for your 4-year-old or your 10-year-old, whatever it might be, let me know. I'm happy to provide something different or exclude them from that if that's something that you don't want to do. A couple other notes that I want to make sure we touch on is a very simple rule. If in doubt, sit them out. If your child hurts themselves, gets a bump on the head, twisted their ankle, anything like that, if there's any kind of risk of injury, we're going to have them sit out for a few minutes, a game, a quarter, a week, whatever it might be. We're not going to, none of the games that we're playing are important enough to potentially risk a bigger injury. So if you see that, please understand that if we have them sit out for a while, that's the reason why. Rules and enforcement of the rules will vary by age. So as the kids develop and go through the different age groups, you'll see the enforcement of rules adjust to those age groups. So you might still see 7-year-olds allowed to double dribble a little bit, or even our 8 to 10-year-olds allowed to get 1 or 2 extra steps. We're going to try to teach them as they go and coach and work with them, but we're not going to be blowing the whistle for every single little penalty and foul and issue that comes up on the court, just because we want the kids to learn, have fun, build their confidence. So as they develop and as they grow through the ages, we'll enforce our rules accordingly. Sportsmanship is expected by everyone. No inappropriate language or behavior will not be tolerated by anybody. So please help us out by enforcing that and staying vigilant on that. And we ask all of our parents and coaches to put an emphasis on effort and attitude over the outcome of the game and the performance of an individual player. Every kid can give the best effort, show great attitude every single week, no matter what. But you might not always win, and you might not always, get 5-10 baskets a week. But as long as you're trying hard and have a good attitude about yourself, then you can have success on the courts. So help us by enforcing that, keeping that a focus there. Some important dates that I want to touch on. June 8th is our opening day. The 29th we have set as picture day. Those pictures will be done at the gym about 30 to 40 minutes before your game time. We have no games on July 6th, 4th of July weekend. July 13th, there's going to be an event going on at Pearson Middle School, so we'll have games at Moss Middle School in Frisco, which is off of Coit. On July 20th, we will start playoffs for junior and senior divisions, and July 27th, we'll have our season finale. All teams will play in the season finale, whether they win or lose any kind of playoff games. And you might notice that there's no matchups right now. For all of our divisions, we'll match up the teams based off of either the playoffs or based off of the regular season performance. So we might have 2 of our more experienced 4- and 5-year-olds play against the final game, and 2 of our more or less experienced kids playing against in that game. And the same thing for our 7U division, and then so on and so forth. Make sure you do come prepared each week when you come to the gym. Make sure you're aware of the i9sports.com page that you have, and I'll show you what that looks like in a little while. Make sure you visit that and get all the information that you need. Make sure you're checking our weekly newsletters that we send out every Wednesday that has important details of our program. Stay up to date with your team communication, stay in touch with your coaches, and obviously know your game information. That includes your team name or ID name, so which might be FBO5, FBO1. Know what court your game is on, what court your practice is on, know who your coach is, and try to arrive 5-10 minutes early every single week to make sure that you have everything you need, your kids are ready to go, and you're not missing on any kind of practice time. So as far as those resources, the best resource that we have available for you guys is the i9sports.com website. So this is a great resource for you guys. If you go onto i9sports.com, this is where you registered for our programs. At the very top here, you'll enter your email address and password. You'll log in. Under the My Account tab right here, you'll scroll down and see My Schedule. As a coach, if you're a coach, you can see my roster, my schedule, and your coach's resources all under this tab. But these are the main two tabs you guys will be under as parents or coaches. You can see your schedule, obviously, picture day schedule, update your game attendance, sign up for snacks, communicate with the office and your team and your coach, and it's all accessible anywhere you can get online. So here's an example of what that looks like. So once you log on, this is an example of a football schedule, but it's the exact same thing for our basketball program. So you'll notice that we have a tab for each child. If you have multiple children playing, you're going to have the dates of the games, what time do you arrive, what time for your practice, what time is your game, game information, what directions to your game, what practice court you're on, what game court you're on, who your opponent is, what color jersey you're wearing, who signed up for snacks, game notes for the schedule down here, and then program details, weather hotline, contact the coach, contact your league, contact the print your schedule, email your schedule. Lots of great resources here for you guys once you go on the website. So a lot of times parents come with questions, oh, I don't know, it was picture day, I don't know this was going on, no one told me about that. Almost all of our information that we give you guys is either on the website or in the emails that we send out in our newsletters. So make sure you're checking those before the games start and before you get towards the weekend. So as far as snacks, all you have to do is click on the date that you want to sign up for. The box will pop up, you'll choose your child's name, click submit, and now you're signed up for snacks. Very easy, very convenient, and we'll send you a reminder 2 days before just to remind you what's going on. And just so we all know, we have almost every single team has 10 kids. So I definitely recommend bringing snacks for 10 kids when you bring snacks. And maybe add a couple extras because I know our coaches love getting snacks, even though they might not ask for it. All of our coaches love getting snacks as well. They're out there working hard too. So again, the other resource that we have available for you guys is our weekly newsletter. We send this out to you guys every Wednesday afternoon. It's going to have the sportsmanship trade of the week, coach of the week nominations, any schedule or league changes, game day or pictures that you guys submit to us, league information, snack ideas, promotions, special events. Picture day schedule will be here, how to order your picture day, your pictures, printing out the order forms. Everything that you need that's important we'll be putting in these weekly newsletters. And then again, all this information, you can see a lot of the information that we'll put in the newsletter you can see on the website as well. So, but if you guys have any questions, any concerns when you guys are at the courts, please see our site managers and our staff. You'll notice them there in our blue i9 Sports shirts that say staff on the back. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, issues, complaints, praises, whatever it might be, good or bad, please let us know so we can handle it and we can provide a fun experience for you guys. The last thing that we want is for you to feel like you have to handle something yourself or you have to deal with an issue or complaint, then you're not concentrating on the fun stuff that's happening on the court. So if there is any issues, please let our staff know so we can handle them. And we also love hearing about the good things. If you have a great coach, you love the ref, whatever it might be, let our staff know. We love to hear those things too. So a lot of times we hear we only get approached when it comes to something negative, but we love to hear the positive stuff, with your kids, growing or in the skill or again, positive things about the coaches or the refs. We love to hear that as well, that we can help make our programs better and better each and every season. So a quick final note, if you guys have any questions or concerns, please let us know. But we do have a Refer a Friend program right now. Most of our program is sold out for the summer season. We have only a very few limited spots for some of our older age groups. But right now we are completely sold out for the summer program at Pearson Middle School. But if you guys enjoy the program, want to have a friend join, make sure you use the Refer a Friend program, also found on the website under the My Account tab. And you can get $10 off of every person that you refer. No limit to the number of credits you can get. Make sure you like us on Facebook, facebook.com, i9 Sports IS371, or you can just put Facebook. You can go on Facebook and put i9 Sports Frisco and find us there. Want to make sure we shout out our business partners who support us, and we want to support as well. And again, if you guys have any questions about the presentation today or anything else, feel free to reach out to me. Typically, we try to keep this presentation around 15 minutes, but today it went a little bit longer because we had quite a few details that I wanted to touch on. But if you guys have any questions about anything else, feel free to reach out to me and we'll keep you guys updated. Thank you guys so much. We look forward to seeing you guys on the courts very soon, and we appreciate your participation in our summer season. Thank you.